to our living rooms, and a show that became a beacon of hope for victims' families and a constant reminder for fugitives that you can run, but there is nowhere to hide. And it's a show whose opening theme you'll never forget. Before reality TV became a genre, America's Most Wanted broke the mold. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a call to action, a public service. The show began back in 1988 with John Walsh as host, who was driven by his own personal tragedy, and shared the stories of victims and their families, giving them a voice. Today, John hosts the program with his son Callahan, who has joined him in the mission to be an advocate for crime victims around the world. For over 5 decades, America's Most Wanted brought missing faces to our screens and empowered viewers to become active participants in the pursuit for justice. Since it's aired, viewers' tips have helped law enforcement capture over 1,195 fugitives and bring more than 60 missing children home to their families. That's thousands of families receiving closure and criminals off the streets. And America's Most Wanted wasn't just about catching bad guys. It was about the collective action, about the average person making a difference. From anonymous tips to brave witnesses coming forward, this show proved that together we can make our communities safer. America's Most Wanted proved that television can have a profound impact. Let's take a closer look at the show that changed the television landscape.
I'm John Walsh, and I've dedicated my entire life to locking up the worst criminals. Thanks to your incredible tips, we put another dangerous fugitive behind bars.
You're the guy, so you got me interested in law enforcement in the late 80s, and that's why I had the career I had.
Fantastic. You're a legend in prison. I'm honored you call me a dirtbag. Alleged child predator, Davey Alvarado. High-level drug trafficker, David Young. Jacob Dean Smart, a wanted serial stalker. Ajay Michael, the man who is suspected of murdering a beloved high school football coach.
That's one more fugitive off the streets.
Police say 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped at gunpoint in the middle of the night from her bedroom in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Thanks to your tips, Elizabeth was safely recovered after being abducted.
One of the strongest survivors I've ever met.
We're tracking down one of the most ruthless gangs of lawbreakers we've ever gone after. Last Sunday night, escaped murderer David James Roberts was a fugitive. He was on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. But after you saw his story here on America's Most Wanted, your phone tips led the FBI to David James Roberts' hideout. I became a victim of crime when my young son Adam was kidnapped and murdered. I decided not to be victimized by fear or revenge. But each of us can help, must help, stop crime. And you can make a difference. I'm John Walsh. Yesterday in Idaho, your tips cornered mountain man Stephen Ray Allen, wanted for the killing of a 3-year-old boy. Right after last week's program, Mark Austin Goodman, wanted for at least 10 bank robberies in Oklahoma, was found. 2 of America's most wanted fugitives have been captured since last week's broadcast. Another has surrendered. One of America's Most Wanted has surrendered in Canada. A fugitive on the run from murder charges in Texas. Last week we told you about Willie Morgan Nick, a young girl from Arkansas who was kidnapped. So please, take another good look. Her family desperately needs your help.
The devastation is amazing. You will survive. God bless you, brother.
The cowards who did this have to be caught.
They're members of an international gang of thieves known as the Pink Panthers.
Can I help you?
Actually, we will help ourselves.
That pulled off high-end jewelry store robberies from Tokyo to London to Liechtenstein.
The show that brought true crime to TV is back with the man who started it all.
I'm I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
We belong, unfortunately, to the same club, horrible club, parents of murdered children.
Yes.
I really appreciate that you guys are getting Luis and Camilo's story out there to the world.
We'll never stop searching for these kids. We'll never give up.
And thank you for starting this show and all of the people that you've taught.
Thank you, John, for having me on the show.
Thank you, John. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Congratulations to the 2024 Television Hall of Fame inductee, America's Most Wanted. Here to accept this honor on behalf of the entire America's Most Wanted team are legendary hosts and victim advocates, John Walsh and Callahan Walsh.